Hi. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's probably super overexposed. Oh, God, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Ugh. Come on. Ugh. Okay. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry for the exceptionally low effort thumbnail. That's my B. I'm very not feeling 100% right now. I got a headache that like pulsates and hits me like a fucking freight train. Like I'm good, and then it's just like, God no, fuck. So it gets hard with the focusing. Anyways. Enough about me and my endless sickness. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super duper excited for God of War. By the way, that's also why we're not doing VR today. I wanted to do a live, die, repeat type thing, but couldn't do it because didn't feel 100%, feel dizzy as soon as I stand up. But regardless of even if I am pale and on the precipice of crumbling like putty, melting like putty, makes more sense. We will still be playing some God of War tomorrow, which, by the way, I got my gears turned around quite a bit. I was worried. I looked up God of War release date, God of War Ragnarok release date, and I found out that, what do you call it? It says that it's coming out, like, today at midnight, but then I looked into it, it's coming out tomorrow at midnight, but no, it's coming out today at midnight, which is huge, Lone says, live, die, repeat of God of War then. Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that. I'm not sure there's any moment where we can load a save again and again. But that'd be neat. But no. But yeah, no, man, on a side note, Lone Cynic, on the topic of that, I finally, man, I can't, it's just, making part one. So I made live, die, repeat, but I was like, I don't just want one series on this channel. I need to have like a baseline format or something for another type of idea. I have 3 at the moment, but one of the ideas I had, and I thought that's so goofy and insane, that I wanted to make it. But making of like. You know, I told you, like, there's a thing in the equation of, like, creating something that people might want, in it is opportunity. Essentially, if you can answer the question after you're making content, or if you're going to pursue making an idea, and the question being, how many people are doing this? And if it's not a lot of people, then there's huge opportunity to do it. But if there's damn near nobody doing it, it's harder because you can't learn from shit. You're like, does this work? Nah, it doesn't. Can I make it work? Maybe this way, maybe that way. The 4th attempt, finally, I got it to resonate or sync up, at least to me. And of course, there's all adjustment when you're like, if you watch it and tell me some feedback, I'll adjust it, of course, that kind of thing. But from like the baseline of like having no inclination on how to make it, piece it together, I finally, today, after like 3 attempts filming it, got enough footage, kind of found my groove in my madness to make the video come into reality. It's not finished yet. I gotta edit more of it yet. And it's part 1 is definitely like me getting used to a lot of improv, but hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully it'll be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't actually expecting to play Tower Fantasy today. But we honestly, who knows if we run out of stuff to do, although I think that's not going to happen. We could jump over and play Genshin, because, yeah, we're just kind of killing time till God of War. I did want to run a question by you guys constantly throughout the stream if we get anyone else popping in. How are we gonna go about playing God of War? So God of War comes out tonight at midnight, so that I'm not gonna play it at midnight, no. But I kind of would also not like to sit there and see it loaded on my PS3, or PS4, whatever it is, PS4, just sitting there, just like I just can't. And then eventually, and then at 5 p.m. we finally get to play it. So, what do you guys think about me streaming 2 hours earlier? I can wait, but wait I can wait maybe 3 hours, but those 2 hours kill me. Or if I would stream it at like 1. But I don't know if anyone's gonna show up because I know it's a Thursday or Wednesday. No, it's a Thursday. Yeah. No, what's today? Today's Tuesday. So tomorrow's be Wednesday. So it's a Wednesday. So probably no one's here. No one can do this. No one can show up. I get it. But I don't know. Maybe it will depend. See what you guys think. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we should record it same time as always, 5 p.m.? Most people can show up at that point. Also, you'll be able to like play past the point, so I'm not going to spoil anything. Or do you want me to? I would prefer if we could play it earlier, so I could get to it and start devouring that game sooner rather than later. But yes. Also, can we participate in this? Holy shit, we can. What? Do I have to leave this? Yeah, I have to leave this first. Hopefully, we can participate in that thing. Even though I think we got all the rewards for it. It's the perfect backdrop for us just chatting. Lone says, you mean tomorrow at midnight? Is it tomorrow at midnight? I thought it was today. I thought it's today at midnight, Lone. I thought it was today. When I looked it up online, it said it comes out like at tomorrow, which was I think the 8th or the 9th. Anyways, long story short, it had this thing where it was saying it clarified the 8th of tonight, which makes sense if it's a Tuesday. Yeah, it makes kind of sense. I don't know. It's coming out on Wednesday. It makes more sense if it's coming out. I don't know. But that's what I got from it. Am I off in that, Lone? It's coming, so it should be out by tomorrow, because I think it's coming out today at midnight, which for me is at 10 p.m. I believe. But then tomorrow it should be live because it's coming out tonight. I think it makes sense. Hopefully that's the way it works. Since then midnight comes, it's tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, sure. Lone says, I'm sure it'll work out. We'll work out. Oh, yeah. What's good, Wilbur? Who says, good afternoon, Grin. Good afternoon, Wilbur. We're just vibing. I still need to complete the goddamn quest to Inazuma. Also, Wilbur, are you amped for God of War tomorrow? I hope. Okay, so Wilbur, I'm pondering this question to everyone who enters in. What should we do for tomorrow's stream? Should we stream at the same time we always do, which is 5 p.m. Mountain Time? Or could I stream like 2 to 3 hours earlier? Or like at 1 p.m. even really early? Because, yeah, I would like to make ground in that game. Lone says, Lone says, I mean, if you want to play a bit on your own, then get to the point where we do side quests, that'd be good as well. Yeah, but what do you call it? Red really, maybe Red doesn't actually want this, but I thought like Red to me made a good point of like, and I thought about it like, yes, you can do the streams where it's just you can do a stream of a God of War game or I would determine God of War to be a specific game that I personally find myself, whenever like a content creator streams it or plays it, I want to see what their reaction is to these crazy tentpole moments within the story. Of course, I've already experienced these, there are no spoilers, but I just want to know how they felt when Kratos finally gets the Blades of Chaos. Like, did you get chills too? What was your reaction? I want to see that. If I were to think in my head, is there any, like, I don't find myself going out of my way to watch someone do a side quest, you know? Unless it's, like, super helpful. Like, hey, this is a guide on how to get the strongest XYZ in the game. Maybe. If it's a farm route, sure. But to me, if we are going to make content that I think is interesting to people, I think that would be something cool to do. But also, that's super daunting to do the entire, like a let's play, essentially, of the entire game. That's some, like, streaming 8 hours a day level shit. And woof, to say the least. But I do think how we're gonna probably end up doing it is basically whenever there's story stuff, we're gonna play. Whenever there's like a side quest, that's when I'll stop, do those things on my end. I'll probably like pause the game, run around, grind. Like usually in the previous God of War, there was a ton of areas, so you like run around, farm all the silver, let's call it, whatever it is. Silver, get all that stuff, and that way you can upgrade your gear, upgrade Atreus, and that to me I think would be the best kind of harmony in that, I guess. So that way we are gearing up, and I am getting better at the combat off camera. Otherwise, I would be like very slowly getting better. And yeah. But does that thought process make sense? Like to me, when I think about the side quest thing, I don't know if many people are gonna even like. People, I feel like I could just stream like Tower Fantasy because it's the same equivalent thing where it's not the game itself is not the reason why necessarily people are jumping in. It's because they want to hang out, talk, relax, decompress. And me playing God of War would in fact get in the way of that unless you are truly kind of just experiencing the story with people, getting excited, experiencing these moments that shock you and make you baffled and things like that. The thing that I'm worried about though is I think we're going to be streaming for longer durations of time because we are going to be trying to make headway. I don't just want to be streaming God of War for 3 weeks. So we're going to be streaming longer and probably more vigorously. So yeah. Lone says, then if you do run out of side quests, maybe do some story. I get the idea of day one playing the story up into the point in which we can explore, then exploring like crazy. Although, because eventually I'll just turn off the stream and then you guys probably will keep playing. And then that morning you guys will keep playing. And unfortunately, I'll be sitting here like, I want to play more. Which is why if we can get to a point in the stream where we basically have like here's an open world to explore, that'd be great for me. That way in the mornings I could still play, essentially. Unless we just want to completely like endurance battle this whole thing out and just like completely go hard in the paint for trying to complete this thing. Like just me waking up at like streaming at 1 p.m. and going for as long as I humanly can and then just trying to chunk away the story. I'm not sure how many people would. It definitely would be like a week of people being like, I can pop in for like maybe 20 minutes or an hour, and it'd be a lot of me being like, just hanging out in this world, and then people pop in and be like, psst, and I'm like, oh fuck, someone's here, Jesus. Wilbur says, hard question. I know, it's tricky to me. I feel like worst case scenario, I've always done the streaming thing, so I feel like I know what I get if I do just do the gameplay side quest thing. It'd be cool to see once what it's like to actually fully send a game, and just to have a fun time in that world with yourself. It just kind of, to me, it's different because I'm gonna have to get used to just playing the game, and then maybe in like slight spurts turning on the like, hey, let's talk to people, because in order to make sufficient ground, and I also want to take in the story, I can't always be like, pause, let's talk to chat, which I think we've been doing for 2 years now, and it's been great. But it'd be cool to see if there's a way that I can carve out where things could work out in both ways, where you could like experience the story and also take a minute to talk to your chat. But also, I need to get a good pace. That's my worry, is that if I start dragging ass too much, I don't think we'll ever complete the game. So yeah. Lou, me too, Lou. I feel fucking sicker than a dog. Nah, I just got a headache, man. And my mouth feels all dry and shit. It's the whole thing. But it's not about me. Lou, how are you? Feel better, Lou. What symptoms? Hit me with it. Also, Lou says, I'm so excited about it. God, me too. Me too. I cannot wait to see the story, man. I'm so curious. Please do not spoil this for me, but I am endlessly curious about how the absolute hell they will handle the the passing the mantle off to Atreus. I don't know if they're probably gonna do this game. It'd be cool if they did. I love Kratos. I don't want him to die or anything horrible, but we'll see. But yeah, hopefully Atreus, because people were saying that Atreus basically got like a maturity bump That's the only thing I've heard in people just talking about, like, general things. So, yeah. Seeing Mia, like, clip through the wall because she's like, I'm behind. Ah. So, why can't I summon my thing? What's good, Max? Max says, I missed a few streams. I know we missed him. We missed you, Max. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself, buddy. How have things been? Oh, also, shit. Platforming? Next level. As much as I think this event is terrible, it would have just been cool to do this. Instead of the whole, like, time dilation hellscape, you know? You know? That is less good. Oh, but you can talk to Nemesis person here? Well, shit. People are using grapple hooks and shit. Crazy. I haven't experienced the whole jump thing. Also, these things do not work. These little jump things. Yeah. What the fuck? I guess I was just telling you where to go. Oh, great. What just happened there? Anyways, Lone says, or maybe, boop. Clean. Tiny waifu, whatever. Jumping her heart out. Lone says, or maybe, see if there is any cool things to look for. Yeah, no, again, I think that's probably, like, I do want to play off camera, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't know if there'll be a lot of time to do that off camera. Oof, almost died. But yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't know if that'll happen. I feel like it's maybe we should just wake up at 1, like play as soon as 1 p.m. hits, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I know some of y'all won't be able to show up, but that's fine. Just to see if we can, like, push through this, you know? It's really like a doesn't make any sense kind of thing, but it is like, it could be an endurance challenge for you, boy. Oh, the Kobolds here? Well, golly. What's good, Punch? Punch says, hey man, do you plan on making more Let It Die content? I love your old content. I love your old videos. What do you call it? We do have Deathverse videos coming, but as far as Let It Die, like the original game, there's no content to really cover anymore, man. Unless I just want to keep doing the same thing over again, I don't. If there was, like, new content, then I would absolutely go buck wild, but there isn't, unfortunately. So if there was ever new content in the game, I would cover it, but there hasn't been anything, so it's kind of like there's nothing left to cover, at least from my perspective, you know? Not that I don't love the game or appreciate everyone who enjoys the videos, it's just, to me, the only new thing right now is Deathverse, and yes. Also, I've kind of made a lot of Deathverse content, or Let It Die videos, and I feel like I've always I think I've, like, capped out on the amount of people who find those valuable and interesting. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. But no, if those videos were successful and whatnot, and people liked them, and I still enjoy the game a good bit. Granted, I did hit the wall pretty hard there, where I was kind of completely depleted. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I heard the story is about 30 hours, and a good thing I'm off work tomorrow so I can be there. That's awesome. I was like, I might just be hanging out with, I probably should prime myself, because eventually people are going to be like, I can't make it, Grin, because it is what it is. It's super late. Also, shit. Oh, of course that happened. Jump. Go. This is intricate as hell, this race. This is like a whole ass thing. I haven't ever experienced this level of, like, wow, this is a lot. This is like the textbook definition of a lot. I shall not play it till you finish it, Grin. We shall experience it. Oh, that's super sweet. I appreciate that a lot. I hope we both have our expectations met. Which, frankly, honestly, is if I got the same thing. God of War to me was so good. Like, I think it's a game that the level of quality I haven't seen in, like, years. It was so good that, to me, like, even if I just got the same thing that I kind of already got, I'm still kind of happy because it was that good. You know what I mean? Like, you just delivering what you already did was Oh my god. Holy shit, okay. And somehow we're not dead? Well, wow. Oh, you do get more for just, like, participating in any way. Not by much, but, you know. Okay. Also, can I leave now that I've completed it? I mean, we're only 5 minutes off, but still. Let's go and cash in that. Also, let's do dailies. Let's chill out, do dailies. Boys, I am dehydrated AF. I'm gonna pass out. Oof. It could also just be because I'm sick. Let's look at how many pretty beautiful characters there are around us. What's good, Young? Young says, hey, what's good, Young? You looking good, dude. Thanks, Young. Hopefully you're also taking care of yourself. Golly, it's hot. Give me a sec. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. My fucking tummy's hanging out. Gross. Oh, man. Also, I bought a new shirt. It's like just green. It's about as colorful as I'll ever get. Okay. Well, let me drink some water. Oh, so that person looks dope as hell. You look amazing. You look like a weird clown mixed with some sort. Actually, you know, you look kind of like Froppy from My Hero. Lone says, nah, even if you stream for 9 hours straight, GRINN, I shall be here, although I will break for food and other things. Yeah, no, absolutely, I'm not a crazy person. Although I do fast, so I would just be able to go the whole thing, but you can get water. You can get water. Also, we're gonna get water, bathroom breaks. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Well, first off, we have to say, I want Vera bounties. I wish you could lock that. That'd be convenient. Shockingly enough, I don't want to explore the area that I've already explored a great deal. No, thank you. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Where? Why aren't they marked? Are none of them actually? Are they just kill XYZ characters kind of thing? Lou says, I still playing Let It Die. I just finished the game. Nice. Yeah, no. There's still people who get in after Let It Die, which is nice. Which is good. But I kind of like, I'm always at a loss of like, I don't know what else I could do. And if it is, it's like, I think there are things that we could do in Let It Die. But I put myself in like, the amount of work I'd have to do for a return of like, here's a video is so vast. It's not even funny. Like it's like me grinding Forceman materials and like Tengeku like mad, and that's like you could do 3 runs. This was the lovely part about Let It Die. You could do 50 runs or something. Not 50, 33 runs, which take a long time, and not get like you get like 2 medal that you want, and it's just like what the fuck. And yeah, if you could like what call it? This they would never do this, but in Tower Fantasy you can take lower tier materials and convert them into 1 material. And even if they made it ungodly, like 4 steel makes 1 ultra steel or something, and then it caps out to like the end game materials in Tengeku or something. Eventually, sure, but it's just like a hard sell for your boy, you know. Do 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 do. You know what game I don't think gets enough love? I think it's like, it's probably the only game that I think is genuinely, I'm not big into like the whole, what is it called? Like indie darling art, like, you know, like Oscar nominee movies, I oftentimes think are like made for people who just don't know how to have fun. You know, it's like people who, they're great. I'm not trying to come at for people who enjoy them, but I just find like, to me, I'm like, this is a really boring, it's not stimulating in the slightest. It's like for the sake of art, it's pitch black and you can't see shit, or it's quiet as fuck and you can't hear anything. Like, people need to rein in artists to be like, hey, so who are you making this for? A person? Okay, why not optimize for a person as well? Anywho, the only game where I disagree with myself on that take is a game called Killer is Dead, which is just a super cool, artistic, iconic freak show. But it is definitely a freak show, but it is the best freak show. It's actually one of the few games I did a full fucking Let's Play for, which is wild. But it was also a quick game, so it wasn't actually that bad. But it's such a fun game. I would love a sequel to that, because it did end in quite the cliffhanger. Even though I do think it was all like kind of spelled out at the beginning. It's one of those games. Anywho. But then, I don't think we have enough Pseudo 51 games. But also, I don't think his creativity has like an ending, essentially. So I think he just thinks of a bunch of crazy shit and doesn't know how to actually like, and here's how it all comes to, or here's how it concludes. It's like, no, I kind of just thought of a bunch of crazy shit. And yeah. Also, yes, I know Pseudo 51 did not create Let It Die, but he, Grasshopper Manufacturer has been like his partner company forever, I think. So kind of a same, cut from the same cloth. You know what I mean? Young says, by the way, y'all, I just got some Chinese food, and it was, ooh, dude, that sounds so good. That fucking rice. Or are we talking about sushi? Sushi's also great, but man, Chinese food rice always hits entirely different. Also, did I not get all these? Or did they add a bunch of different teleportation points? I thought I got all these. Did it unget my checkpoints? Weird. I feel like that might have done that. Anyways, shitty. Oh, sushi is Japanese food. Oh, I see. That makes sense. That makes sense. Also, guys, is it wrong that I don't think this is the case, but with the amount of anime I've watched, I really want to try one of those stupid rice and like sushi like little bit. It's like a triangle little baby thing with curved edges. Anywho, but I heard it like gets better. Like sometimes there's mayo in the middle, sometimes there's like chicken in the middle, and that seems good. That just seems like clean. If the chicken is sweet, if it's just kind of like plain ass rice, and then some plain ass, yeah, what is it called? Is it a rice ball? It's a weird name for it. I think that's what it's called, but it's not a ball. It's like a rice triangle, if anything. A soft triangle is exactly what it looks like. Oh shit. Lone Secret says, also, I shall join you after one more death verse. Hit the shit out of the enemy, Lone. Crack their skulls, drink their blood, fuck their wives. Oh man, that's one of the best Bo Burnham lines. Drink their blood, fuck their wives. It's like his shitty Jeffrey Bezos song. Oh my god, it's so funny. Max says, I'll be down to join you. Hell yeah, Max, you guys want to grind some of the events? And we need 10k to get one of these super endgame items. So we might as well just chip away together, unless y'all get bored of that. In that case, fair. But yeah, let me know. Wait, what? Yeah, it's like a song from Bo Burnham's, like, I say I don't like Oscar trash, but it's very artsy, but it's very good. It's also because it's comedy, so it kind of works. But yeah, it's like a song from Bo Burnham's special, his like outtakes. No, it's not. It's like, it's a song about Jeffrey Bezos. One of his lines, it's an offbeat thing. But it's like, drink their blood, fuck their wives, everybody love, or everyone clap for Jeffrey or something. Oh man. I forgot about that line until I said that. Drink their blood, and then immediately it's like a neuron just clashed with another one, which is fuck their wives. But it makes sense because it's all about Jeffrey. Max says, I'm preparing for Saki at the moment. What does anyone know what weapon mats she uses and how many? No idea, but you go to the Tower Fantasy wiki kind of esque thing, it'll tell you. That's where I found out how to prepare for Ruby, which, by the way, it did work out really, kind of, a little bit for us in that regard of waiting for, us basically having a grace period between whatever her name is. I know some people who are going for what's her name would have liked the alternative, would have liked to get what's her name. Katana class president type, can't think of her name. Lone Cynic will probably come in and save me. Not really, because he's playing Death first and probably can't comment. Anyways, but yeah, her, Lynn, there it is, Lynn, guy, yeah, Lynn. Yeah, when Lynn comes, I have a grace period. Unfortunately, you guys who are going for Saki do not. I hope you guys get her real quick, and they can also snag a Lynn. Honestly, with the way things have been going, I'm doomed. I will not be able to get Lynn because I do not have enough, but goddamn does she need the world. gluttonous Lynn is. Do do ba da ba da ba ba. Max says, I'd be down to join too, yeah. What's up, Boaty? Boaty says, yo, Boaty, is your body prepared for God of War, or is it not your speed? Also, I'm so excited to mess with Tyr, man. Is it Tyr? I think it's Tyr. The God of War for Norse mythos. Dude. Also, I hope Atreus pops off. I hope Atreus finally gets his daggers or something. I hope there's a moment in the game where he passes the torch to Atreus and we just play Atreus. Although I fucking hope to dear God. Well, that's probably how they did it, them sons of bitches. Sorry, one of the old notes of gameplay from the God. This is not spoilery. Atreus has summons. That just dawned on me. Yeah, so I was always wondering, there has to be, like, if this is the designers have talked about, like, basically God of War Kratos passing on the torch to Atreus, and then us playing Atreus. That's like the formula for eventually at some point in the series that's going to be what happens. I hope they hold true to that, even though I know so many people love Kratos. I love him too. I hope he's always like an ethereal ghost that's like egging his son on and teaching him lessons or like telling him not to stray from the path, all that shit. Hopefully that's the case. But I do like the idea of like you're the dad passing off the torch. And his kid being a badass, etc. But also his kid having to like grow into a new generation of mythos and things like that. Anyways, but one thing I didn't really realize is I forgot that Atreus is like one of his passive traits has been summoning things, like a spirit. So he summons like a mythical deer where he rides on it and like smashes everyone apart, right? But if we're gonna play Atreus, I was always wondering, well, okay, then Atreus needs another Kratos, or we need another like other character to control, or another archer, another whatever. But if Kratos, or if Atreus becomes stronger and kind of gets an idea of his powers, couldn't he just be like the Kratos and then summon forth a variety of summons? Like a deer, like an archer, like a wisp, like whatever, to kind of add that alternative damage, and that would give him like insane variability in the future games for being like, okay, you're not always getting a new weapon, but you can get wolves. You can hit the 3 expenditures of your power and just dogpile wolves on your enemy. You can get a fox that just kind of spins his tail and like blows a bunch of fire, and then when eventually we go to the Japan era, whatever, because we're gonna go to all of the like what is it called, origins of mythos. So I think that makes sense. Although I do kind of like I think that's cool. But I also kind of like the idea that there's like another person outside of the main character that's like helping the other person survive. It kind of makes you feel like true dependency on each other. It kind of feels cool. It's like a friendship that you both depend on each other, and it feels kind of balanced in a good way, you know? Or at least you can't just be like, this person's holding us back, throw them away, you know? It's like, no, you need this. And it's cool that they kind of did that not only within the father-son dynamic of like Atreus and Kratos needing to stay together because the obligation of being his child, but also kind of dope that what do you call it, that he also like there's plenty of moments where Atreus actually is like the only one who can like hit something from a range, you know? That's kind of dope. Lou says, gotta go, have a great day, thanks for coming by. Lou. Reloading my internet, dead. Oh no. Hopefully it gets back to normal, Max. Bodhi says, Max. Oh shit, it's one of these. Uh-oh. This is the thing that sucks when you play a small character, is their hitbox or like their jump just isn't quite there. Short queens around the world, sad. Okay. Come on. They give you plenty of time to do these ones, so it's not the worst. Come on. Also, Ruby takes forever to turn around when doing jumpies. Go! Oh, what the fuck? I don't know if I got that one. I feel like it might have disappeared. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, barely. Shit. Got it. Do we have time? Quickly, just over the edge a little bit. Got it. Easy breezy. Interesting, Bodhi. Bodhi says, nah, I'm not in the God of War. Really? God damn. Max says, damn, I've got like 65 of the black cubes. I'ma need more. You mean red cubes or black cube? What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean? Oh, you mean like black nucleus? What you mean? Also, we got a good bit of little shards. I probably have enough shards to level up my things a good bit. I just haven't done it yet because I don't know why. I'm just like, I don't need to right now. Yeah. Buddy says, I watched Irumaka Demon School. It's dude, like what? The new season? The new season, man. Well, first of all, that show, man, I very much, I feel like if someone came here and was like, I don't really like it, it's not my thing. I'd be like, cool. I don't need to hear anything else, but cool. I don't want anyone talk about it negatively because I like it so much. But also, I'm 100% aware that it perfectly lines up with my weird particular like interests of what I think looks cool and is cool, etc. But I know, man, I keep seeing like little clippets of that they upload on the Funimation dub channel, and oh boy, it looks so cool. The little like every goddamn character in that anime has so much style, it's not even funny. The one like weird pop like icon person looks crazy. She got like sharp ass teeth and shit. She's got like a crazy bow thing. Of course, they constantly do that thing where it's like, no demon has the patience to learn archery or something, but wouldn't you know, Iruma is a human, and you're like, I get it. But I don't know, man, I love that so much. Also, oh wait, horror beast. Am I in the right direction? I think I am. You are spider things. We're looking for horror beast. You. We need to murder you, my friend. Lone says, I only have one off pity, so hopefully I do pull one and get and save for last. That's good. Hopefully. Well, you're in a place where you're like in the same place for me where well, actually no, I would have been in a little bit of a better place because I could have I had Cobalt, so if I didn't get Ruby, I still would have had Resonance, but because you got Frigg, you kind of want that DPS of Lyn and etc. You know, so it's kind of like shit. So you would have been, regardless. I was still under the impression that I was going for Ruby regardless because I wanted Resonance. So I was emotionally there, but wasn't obligated to complete the task, essentially. Also, can it not run at me and try to kill me? Big boar thing. Ooh. How many times do you rewatch Welcome to Demon School Irumaka Boti? For me, it's been 5 times. It's been a lot. It's my happy place. It's my happy place. Lone says, it took me a while. You mean welcome to... what? Bodhi says, they really went overboard with most of the animation. Oh, really? They just popped off? Bodhi... man, I don't know. It's a question that I don't know will ever get answered, but like... I love it to bits. I hope it's successful. That's my only thing. Yeah, I hope it's doing well. Like, I look at the comments and people are like fully sending it, so it's like it's not just me who finds it so good. But I'm also like, I wonder, like, again, if there was any show that I could get multiple seasons of, it would be that one. Because it's just, there's no show like it, really. Like, there's no show that has that kind of, like, wonderful Halloween, like, permanent art style. Also, I love the fact that the main character is kind of, like, not very strong, but kind of strong in weird ways. Like, it makes sense for his horrible backstory, etc. I don't know. To me, I hope my feeling with Welcome to Demon School Irmaka is always, I hope we can get one more season. Even though, like, we're just getting to this season, I'm still like, I hope we can get one more season. I just want it to continue for as long as it can until the story is concluded and our boy gets to the point. Vampire plus Rosie, the only one I can think. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's also probably why I like it so much, despite how, like, people could argue that's kind of cringe. It was all like whatever. I really like that show. That Vampire plus Rosie had like a special place in my heart for just being wholesome. Also, got into it when I was a teenager, so obviously enjoyed it too much. But yeah, what do you call it? I found it really charming, and also it was just, again, to me, not a lot of shows have that, like, I don't want to say Tim Burton, which is kind of true, but it's Tim Burton even, I think, doesn't know. It's like Tim Burton's sometimes just a fucking freak. You know, like, there's like a style to this shit, you know? Also, we have to kill Cactus, and I see them running by. Ooh, there's also Buck the Cactus, which is looking like an absolute problem. Do not piss off Buck the Cactus. He's a big boy, and he doesn't look special, but I think he is. What's his level? He's a named enemy. I don't want to fuck with it. Boldy says, I say most because there was a very specific scene, and then in the next scene it looks goofy. Yeah. So I understand it though. A lot of anime is kind of like, we're gonna blow our budget and our time on this one moment because in the manga it looks like the most gorgeous piece of art you've ever seen, but this is our whole budget for this episode, so we got to start grinding and cutting corners at the last half. And I'm like, okay, I can actually prefer that because there's moments that are truly like, oh my god, like I don't really mind when things get goofy and cute, especially in Welcome to Demon School Irmaka. Let me know, Bolty, is Clara in this season just as much? Woody says, I got like 189 pulls saved. Golly. Maybe we'll get to 200. Yeah, by the time it comes around, maybe. Well, you're going for Saki as well, so maybe not. She's coming pretty quick here, I think. Bodhi says, I'm going to swap to my phone real quick. Gotcha. Bodhi says, what? You can watch that? Watch what? Watch what? Oh, you can rewatch that? What do you mean? Rewatch what? What'd you mean? Loma says, I have been just getting wrecked yesterday in Deathverse. Was taking L after L. It's only a mere moment that's going to not define your greatness. Lone. Bodhi says, I could never... I was going to say, hey, Lone, remember the thing. Drink their blood, fuck their wife, all that. Think that in the back of your head every time you're losing. Bodhi says, I could never rewatch the show. Rewatch what show? Oh, what? Welcome to Demon School Irmaka? Really? Why? Lone says, Vampire plus Rosary is the only one I can think of that's like that yet. Bodhi says, this season is different. Okay, what you mean? How different? How so? Think what, Grin? What, I'm not sure what I mean by that. What is it? Bodhi says, everyone will get get their own tutoring. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Because that was the whole way that the last season ended, which was like a zoom in of Clara, him, and Azith. No, not Azith. What? I can't think of the pink haired guy's name. Also, Bolty. Oh, you're not watching it on that way. Never mind. But yeah. what do you call it? Yeah, that was the way they ended. Is like we all need to get stronger, which I hope. Yeah, I kind of like that they're doing it in the way they're doing it, but like I will always crave for like the main character to get good and to like focus up and to, like find a way around the rules to get a shit ton of power, because it's just fun. But I kind of also get that like if you make Irma cracked out of his mind, then it doesn't really make sense for the prophecy. Like the prophecy in the show is that basically the Demon King will actually, it's like he's not a bad guy. He's just the guy that like will basically bring everyone together and he'll help shape the world in a better way. And there's like a couple of little notes that Irma fits perfectly in. But the whole sentiment of like, what do you call it? Irma, if he was just God, then it would make no sense for him needing everyone to come together, because he would just be as strong as his grandpa and like basically be okay. Also, man, I love that scene. There was a scene at the end of the last, it was maybe the very last episode, where like his grandpa finally sits down with him and says like, I have all the power in the world, but I have no really creativity when it comes to like shaping this world. Like if I were to shape the world in my image, I don't know what it would be. Like it wouldn't really be anything special. But then he looks at his grandson and he's like, I wonder what you would shape it into. Because you've lived a crazy life. You truly have seen the horrible aspects of the world, and you're still kind. And you're like, you love things. Like you truly care for things. Like, so it says like, you're the one who I want to see what kind of world you make. And to me, it was just such a cool moment where you're like, that makes so much sense. That's so fucking badass, especially when they break down like who the Demon Lord really is. It's not some sort of weird like authoritarian power. It's like the person that is so powerful that they become like a god that can reshape the underworld for whatever way they want. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome, dude. God, I love this show so much. God. Alright, Lone, I'm not sure if you are ready. If not, I will proceed to grind this dungeon. I might even do that before we do the thing, because I need to get Crow's blueprints, and it probably won't happen, but I want to try. Bodhi says, everyone will get their... Lone says, after I just showed a lobby who's boss, send an invite. Did you do that? After I just showed a lobby who's boss. Did you say the line? The line that will get them? Drink their blood. Oh, man. Ooh, Caldwell sent me a sandwich. Kind of cute. I guess I could always just go to friends list and see if you're on. Goblin, I think, left. Did he not? No, Goblin's still here. Do you want to play Goblin? I forgot you said, yeah, I'll play too. Yeah, Lone and things here. I'm gonna have to use that line, one day. I'm gonna jump in. Give Lone a little bit more time. Booty says, I also want a new season of My Hero. Oh, you've also watched a new season of My Hero Academia? Man, is it finally getting close to the arc that shit be popping in the manga? I think it's getting close. It's like basically like the Avengers come together. It's even more than that. It's like it's a big fucking moment of like, oh my fuck, oh shit. It's where if you start seeing Bunny Girl, then maybe that was beforehand. No, I think yeah, no, it's like it's like the League of Villains basically. If they've ever say that, then oh no, that's also not a thing. That's hard to describe. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, shit gets bad. Shit gets bad. Okay, you're like, oh, this is a cute anime, and then it's like, oh fuck, oh shit, no. Although, man, I was surprised if they're already getting close to that point, which I think they are. I'm actually surprised. I thought for such a long time that My Hero was doing such a terrible job of making ground. Like, it was just like, man, the manga is like fucking 50 leagues ahead of itself. Like, I'm not sure if we're ever gonna get a sequel. If we're ever gonna get a sequel. or if we're ever gonna get close to like the end, and I sure as shit, if they're already at that arc, then I don't think they're like, because there's a time jump that kind of happens that kind of like, oh yeah, now it's moving. You know, I still think there's a lot there. I don't think we're gonna, I think we'll have My Hero for another 2-3 years, but yeah, well, maybe not, because yeah, I'm not sure, we'll see. But there has to be some new heavy hitters coming. Oh man, that was the other anime I wanted to watch too. You always go to like, oh, I thought it was another big heavy hitter anime I should watch. I forgot, I haven't watched the newest season of Shield Hero. But also, that was a depressing thing too, man. I think the voice actor for Maofumi has cancer or something like that. I don't know if he beat it or if he did pass away. I think he did pass away. I think that was actually the horrible thing. Yeah. Yeah. Sad. Bodhi says, Shield Hero was not great, TBH. The new season? Because I liked the first season a lot. I thought the first season was great. Although, I don't know if I really... I'm sure I'll agree that it's probably less good. But I'll be honest, a lot of the shows, I don't know if I ever think is bad. So much as I could see it being less good. You know, like the first season was great. It checked all the boxes. Season 2... it did some weird shit that didn't really resonate, you know. I feel like that's more be my speed, because I feel like the same way with most stuff when people say this is bad, I'm like, it's not as good as the first one, but I think like the show was already good enough to where even if they did 80% of what was already decent, then I would be happy. Like this is okay, climb the fuck up. This is already better than what we get on an average, you know. Like I would take like 5 bad seasons of Overlord than like 1 season of Makin-ki, you know? Or Makin-kin. You know? There's different levels to bad, for sure. There's unwatchable and what are you doing? And then there's like, I don't really agree with where they went. You know? Bodhi says, you see Grimgar yet? Nah, Bodhi, I got so much on my list already to watch. I need to make a video of the daily life of the Immortal King, but I've been trying to make this fucking VR thing, and I'm doing good, I'm in ground, but I still gotta make that video. That's the thing that actually kind of sucks ass now. It's probably for the best that I have like kind of a bracer before, like, so I don't just consume anime like a disgusting degenerate. I have like an excuse to be like, no, idiot, you can only watch 2 anime at once, or else what do you call it? You don't have enough memory of what makes each anime good to make the video, even though it's mostly I'm just making them for me. But yeah. Lone says, wait, I'm here. Lone, I looked and you weren't there. Bodhi says, and the story gets to a high point regarding the main. Yeah. No, and My Hero is one of those weird things where I just subscribed to a YouTube channel called Anime's Balls Deep. And they basically just kept me up to date on the manga, and it was really nice. I didn't have to read all of it. They just kind of kept me up to date on what the cool parts were, and I was like, cool. Actually, a really nice way of like taking media, especially if you don't have much time. But oh my god, was it like, oof! It was shit was popping off. But when I was watching, and I stopped watching right at the last arc because I kind of wanted to leave like the very last hurrah to be like special, so I didn't just spoil the whole thing. I still was always hoping that My Hero Academia would have pulled one of those things where like One for All was Deku's dad, and I always loved that theory. And I think at this point it's impossible for it to be true. So it's like, oh, but I always thought that'd be cool, especially if like the kind of contention they could have done with that. Although I do think they kind of did fuck up, and I think One for All, or like the big bad villain, like not Shigaraki, the big bad villain in My Hero, the One for All, I do think they kind of fucked up by making him just the epitome of like numb evil. I think they also kind of pulled it back by making Shigaraki kind of like have that redemption because he's such a tortured soul in general that he's kind of, that's why he's fucked up, you know, which kind of works. Lone says, also, I'm getting back into Tales of Arise, trying to finish that. Dude, that's a long-ass game. I seen another person, I think his name is Darker World, lovely person on YouTube, made many great Death Verse videos, or Let It Die videos. Also, I think a little bit of Death Verse videos. Anyways, yeah, he was playing it too, and I was like, god damn, he probably beat it. He's a kind of, he seemed like he's laser-focused finishing shit, but Yeah, I thought, God damn. If not, then he's still playing it. That's a grind. That's a lot to play still. Ooh, Goblin, you are here. I'll send you an invite. I'm not sure if you want to rock. Boss, I've sent 2. And the story gets people just drop dead one after another. Like now, or like is it at the point in My Hero yet or not? Lone says also I'm getting back at Telltale's Rock. Bully says yeah. Mirako also made a spectacular appearance. Okay. Also, Grin, what anime we gonna watch together next? I'm still watching this one, man. I gotta make a video on the Immortal King and just fucking gush about that show because it's so good. I'm also disappointed because I didn't wait until it was all finished. I would have rather wait because that's a masterpiece. It's good whenever you get to it, that show. But what do you call it? I do think I should have waited till it was all there because it would have been a masterpiece 5 years from now. It's just that stylistically unique. But I'm watching this one that I was gonna tell you what it was called, Lone, and I kind of dropped the ball. Let me look it up real quick. Tis called The Genius Prince: Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. That is what it's called. It's very similar, like pretty fucking identical, except a little bit more dark to The Realist Hero. Yes. So that's what I'm currently watching. I'm on episode 8. I can't watch anything after I finish making 2 videos of both of those. But yes, after that, I think I'm going to be balls deep in God of War to where I can't watch anime for a while. So I'm finished that thing. I think you're in the same boat. I'm surprised. You're like, I'm going to start Tales of Arise again when we got God of fucking War right there. Or do you think you're just going to like inhale it in one go? Just... Oh shit, let's start the thing. Sorry, everyone. We need to go to the event. We need to get to 100K. Easy. Ugh. Oh, right, no, Grimgar is the realistic, like, isekai. Where my guy is just getting lit up the whole time. I should say the whole group. They're, like, actually terrible. But it actually is, like, my brother read the book and said it was one of the best books he ever read. So it's amazing. I agree with that. But yeah. I don't know if I get my fix of like gamify the system, find a way to win, find a cheat or a point of leverage in the system to win or to maximize advantage, that kind of thing. I'm sure it's great, but yeah, it's on the list, low on the list, but still on the list. Then add it to your list. It's basically isekai gone wrong. I thought it was just like, it's basically like a classroom that gets chucked in like a forest and is terrible. Like there's like, it's very slow. It's not like, oh my God, you're overpowered. It's like, no, you were just chucked with one life into a fantasy world in which you have no idea what anything is. You have no help. You have no tips. It's just like it's like, oh, in reality, if there wasn't this cute twist of like isekai plus power, isekai plus like your God's favorite child, it would be a nightmare. It'd be a living hell. Also, why, God? Why can't we matchmake and find a person? Thank you. Lone says, I wouldn't say Mach and Key is bad story-wise. What makes it unwatchable is the level of fan service. I don't, like, if I were to break down the story of Mach and Key, though, Lone, it's like Ginger Kid has like dormant power in him. Like even the story to me is pretty flat. Like I don't like, and then he gets it unleashed. There's a secret organization that pushes into the school. There's like a tiny bit of like a school full of martial arts, but like that's I still don't know if I would determine the story to be good, even if you extracted all of the the giblets, I feel like it would still be kind of like a mid story, kind of like, okay, yeah, things are happening, but I'm not sure if I would put it on a different level. Maybe. I think it's like, we have a terrible story, how can we make it still make money? Booba. And that's kind of how it is. It's not like, we have a great story, and let's also add Booba. At least that wasn't the vibe I got. Maybe, if you remember the story a lot, let me know about it. Break down the story, and I'll be like, you know what, that's actually fire. That could be done really well. I do think that, like, Academy of Martial Arts can be done well. There's also an anime about that that's a harem. Guy has, like, fights with, like, a hand, exhales, like, Bruce Lee 1-inch punch, knocks the person's wind out of their chest, some weird thing. It's okay. That one had a little bit less harada, but still. That had the whole, like, martial arts school thing and wasn't quite as poppin', you know? Bodhi says, when you have people who are not compatible with that kind of... Yeah, that's exactly what... Well, isn't, like, the main guy who's, like, the assassin rogue... We don't really have an isekai about that, right? The, like, assassin type. Actually, not true. We have the assassin, typical noble one. I guess that counts. Yeah, that counts, I guess. We do. At this point, we have an isekai of, like, every type of loadout in an RPG / D&D type sesh. So, interesting. Oh, Max said, let me know when we are partying up. Max, we're doing it right now. Max, we're comment something so I can make sure to get you in here as soon as we're done cleaning up this one. Yeah, the healer isekai. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, there's. Okay, I call bullshit. Okay, that is not considered a. That's considered harada. Like I don't think it's considered anime. I think it's at the point where it's harada. Okay. Same as there's an anime I keep seeing on Crunchyroll, which everyone in the comments keeps saying is basically harada. It's like called something Labyrinth. Yeah, apparently straight up banging, which is fine, but I don't know if we can account for that being I don't know if it is. I think that the redo of a healer, even outside of all the fucking horrible debauchery, etc., and like the actual, yeah. I think it's a shit healer show. It doesn't actually make cool use of the healer stuff. It's like, hey, what is the worst aspect of it? Doesn't even use it. He's not even a healer at the first 2 minutes is maybe kind of a healer, but he's not even a support character. For the most of the show, it's like, hey, I'm going to feed off of horrible degenerate pain and suffering for basically power, or for basically like a sword skill. So he's basically like a swordsmith. He's not a healer. It's just like, it's reverse heal. Yeah, it's also just not healer. It's like he's healer for the first bit and then nothing else. But yeah, he's like, I have now, like, again, I watched AMVAs of like breaking down stuff because I couldn't stomach the whole bit of business. So I just watched like tip, and then as soon as it got a little rancid, I had to leave. But I'm a baby. But anyways, yeah, I got like flashes of. I don't even know if it ends well, because when I seen the AMVA, I thought was its ending conclusion was like he kind of kills everybody and like rips everyone up, and then like they kill his friend or something at the end. It's hard to extrapolate what like just images spamming on screen are. Anywho. Rough. I would not determine that to be the healer anime that we deserve. Okay. Lone says, I'm not gonna start over because JRPGs are too long. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Just fully send it. You'll figure it out. Lone says, Immortal King is in the coup. Nice, yeah. My friend tells me about it a lot. Dude, I get it. I get it. To me, it seems like one of those shows where you could go back and watch. It's like there's very few anime that fit this category, but like it'd be something that you would like if you have Netflix or any sort of paid subscription thing, you have Crunchyroll, you would just put that on your TV and loop it because it's visually stunning and its story is never like, holy shit, it's a nightmare. No, it's just kind of like nice. It's like, you know, everything's gonna work out. It's kind of fine. But the world is pretty enough, and the systems are cool enough to where it's just nice to see when you can see it. Like I know a lot of people talk about like a lot of shows looking gorgeous. That show looks like happiness, essentially. Like I know like Demon Slayer looks beautiful, but there's a different like resonance frequency for something just looking visually happy to your brain. Your brain's like, this makes me happy to see. Which is kind of makes sense. The yellows and the oranges and the like. The lighting of a phone and all these things. Bully says, I tried to watch that today. Couldn't do more than 15 minutes. Can't handle the Chinese dub. Yeah, I know, Bulty. I know. You're in a weird go of it, though. You're in a real weird go of it. I would try. Honestly, Bulty, I know you're not into it, but I like the dub. The dub was good. It was clean. I know you're probably like disgusting. Probably worse than the Japanese one, but it probably shouldn't be, because you should at least understand, hey, this is a voice. This makes sense. How did that... Also, what is that, by the way? What are the odds that we would get a English dub version quicker than the Japanese, like the biggest market? Which is why, to me, I think something's changing. I know anime is hella popular in Japan. I don't know if that's always going to be the case. Lone says, well, Grin, I did say I'm not going to play God of War till you finish it. What? Wait, what? I thought you were playing it with me. Oh, I know, I get it. Oh, you're saying we're gonna play it neck and neck. I get it. Okay, so you're saying so then, like, if I stop playing, you're also gonna stop. Oh wow, that's a hella commitment. Oh my God, Lone, that's wild. Thanks. You don't have to, by the way. You could. I actually. Well, nah. I feel like in the future it would probably be the best. I don't know. No, I don't know. I was about to say the best equation is like if you could play a game ahead of me and like tell me when there's a cool part to record it and be like, okay, stream this part, and I'm like, got it. And then let's stream the part that's cool. That's like worth seeing a person's reaction. But yeah. Oh shit. Forgot the matchmaking takes a long time. Max, we ready? Can I get an invite? Yeah, I was just waiting, Max, for you to give me the go-ahead to like write a message to be like, I'm ready, primed, baby, waiting. Do. What am I doing, me? We are starting thing. Well, actually, did Max join? Max is joined. Brilliant. Go. Ra-ba-ba-ba. Lone says, also, Fortress is out so many... Oh, wait, so Sonic Frontier is out. So many games to play. That one, Lone, I'm not sure. I imagine you're a Sonic fan. I do not get that one. That one, to me, seems like... Why wouldn't you just make another game? Like, it's super realistic world and whatnot. Maybe it makes sense to people, but, like... It just looks like... It looks freakishly odd. Like, because Sonic is still Sonic. He's still, like, a cartoon goof. So like the fact that they're like, yeah, let's make a super realistic, like with like grass and it, like I'm just like, why? Like why not just make an exploration? Like there's so many things you could do with this giant level. It's weird. Yeah, maybe they tried to make like a realistic version of Sonic and thought, ew, the movie tried this and was already a nightmare. No, but yeah, choices, man, choices. I mean, people said that it was interesting, so it's not like it's just me, but I thought, man, the art style was a choice, not a bad one. Well, actually, I think kind of a bad one. I don't really get it. I'm not gonna feign ignorance on this one. I genuinely am lost. Lone says, I didn't say the story was good. I said that not what makes it on what. Yeah, no, I agree, but I will say that, like, to me, I don't know if. Yeah, no, I don't know. To me, I feel like even if the story was amped up in every way, I don't know if it would be good. Or like, because to me, like, that's one of the best parts about one of my favorite, like if I could have like a genuinely honest top 3 anime, let's say top 4 anime, the one that I love the most, it's a part of me that I don't like to show that often, but I love it. It loves me. We're happy. We're cool with each other. It's the part of me that loves High School DxD because it's so funny. It fully sends shit. It's what? Grin, send Max in it. I did. He was in the party. Yeah. He is. Yeah. Was that delayed? Max is here. Max is Goblin. Max, if you're not here, let me know. Did you not come with us? Or was that just a delayed message, maybe? It says, yeah, Max is here. Max is here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. Okay, good. Okay, my bad. Oh, okay, sorry. Just go. All right. But yeah, no. To me, High School DxD is like one of the better examples to me, where it just doesn't give a shit. And like it also, it's a part of the intrinsic story. Like to me, like Issei is a freak. Also, man, that's one. I don't want to ruin High School DxD for you guys, but I'm not gonna say it. But maybe the English voice actor was not good in the original. Anyways, yes. Stop it! Stop it! Also, weren't we supposed to get another season of High School DxD, and then just something happened? Well, also that show looked like the budget just went through the roof in the one season, so I feel like they maybe were just taking a long time to make it. Hopefully, I don't know. Max says, also, is there a reason why we're doing it on easy difficulty? Yeah, Max, it's just because it's faster to do easy than it is to do hard. At least in our experience. In my experience, like we could do 2 versions of hard or 3 versions of hard, and the time it would take us to do one of the hard ones. We could try hard though to see, maybe things have changed. Maybe with all the power gap, it'll be quicker. Because it's 500 to 200, so I think you're doing it 3 times would net more. Also, it's just kind of more satisfying, at least to me. Well, that was the thing, Alone. I thought we were greenlit for another season of High School DxD, so it must have been like, I thought we were greenlit, like it was already happening. So I feel like it's either just taking way more time to develop, or it's something's happened. But like they definitely ended that like with seemingly like there was going to be a lot more momentum. But yeah. Alone says, yeah, reverse healing. That's part of the plot. People only use him for his heal. No, I know, but that's in the first episode. It's like saying, I want to show about archery. And in the first episode, there's like maybe 10 minutes of archery. And then in the next, 11 episodes, there's like him drinking tea and just making tea all the time. It's not even healing tea. It's just tea. And you're like, what the fuck? I did not sign up for this. I would not qualify this as an archery take or whatever it is. Even though there is more to it, they left. No, I get the idea. I think I did see a lot of people break down like the videos, like the anime's conception almost, without kind of showing you the horrible, yeah. Lone says they left it open so it wouldn't be surprised if we got a season 2 of it. The redo of a healer one. Honestly, man, I think what they were mainly going for, which. That's why we're not doing level 2 goblin or max or tier 5 as well, is also just because people could die and it's a little tricky. You ever consider watching JoJo? I do want to watch it. It's on JoJo again, man. Like to me, Boti, I'm in a place, and I think a lot of people are in the same place, where like it never used to be this way. It used to be like you kind of had to watch these shows because there was nothing coming out for 5 years, and this is the closest thing that you can get. Also, man, if that thing touches you, you just get eviscerated. But yeah, like there was nothing coming out, and it was like there was no options, and now I have like 50 shows that are made for me. That I love and love me, and they're cool, fun, power fantasy, excellent breakdown of characters and the whole shebang, and just a real whole riot. Shit. Put in cube quickly. Oof. Golly, couldn't come faster. Oh, I have no stamina. There. That cube sometimes does things, and then other times not so much. But this is why we don't do hard mode. Because it just seems like I feel like we're always on the precipice of death and getting wiped. You know? It probably will net more money, but I feel like the amount of time it takes to do one of these, we could do 3 of the other. But could be just that it feels longer because we're all getting our ass absolutely slammed, you know? But no, I would like to watch JoJo. But there's like so many shows to watch. Although, I don't know, I don't know. I think I should watch like 1 or 2 episodes of JoJo and feel like if it's like something that I would like. Because to me, like, I love the meme, but I feel like I kind of also, like, if a show is just a goofy meme, I don't know if I really love it. Like, I can't think of many anime that I watch just because it's comedy, you know? It's usually because it's like, it does something on top of comedy. Like, I wouldn't watch, like, Konosuba, to me, is a great example of, like, I feel like I'm getting more. Oh, also, we have this person to still deal with? Oh my god, I thought we were just doing with this one. I thought we already killed that lady. Golly. Max says, yeah, never mind, sucks. Yeah. I just wanted to be fair, Max. Maybe think something changed, but this is my memory of the last one. Was like, this is a lot that's happening. I don't know why we're not focusing on the one at a time method, because the one that looks at you and kills you is, I think, an issue that's much more of an issue, but instead we're focusing on the other person, which I don't get. Yeah. Oh no! Not like this! Okay, well, and that is why we don't do hard mode! It's too much! Oh. Oh, my back. Those says, I hope we get another season of High School DxD. Also, is there a reason why didn't it? Far enough? I don't know. I just thought, yeah, no, it makes it a fair question. Almost says, the author from High School DxD got sick and took a break. Oh, was that it, Lo? Was that it, like the manga copies started like drying out, so they wanted to make sure he was in good health before it all goes to shit, so to speak? No, it's all good, Max. I'm happy you told me that, because I was thinking in my head, well, maybe we could but maybe we could do it with all 3 of us and maybe be fast. Yeah, it's not an issue. To me, I was just like, I feel like, again, when I was explaining it to you, I thought, well, maybe we could do it. And like the math in my head didn't make sense. Where I was like, I feel like we could crank this out with all 3 of us here, and I think it may be faster. But then we got in there, and I was like, yeah, this is makes me remember. It feels a little bit slow. Or even if it probably would have been faster if you were able to do it. But it just feels like shit. You're like, god damn you. It's fucking tanking so hard. Bodhi says, you ever considered... Oh, Roger. JoJo is actually very serious. See, I'm not sure if I like that either. I don't think that's true. But I feel like if that was the case, I kind of... Like, that's why I like Konsuba's. Because, like, everything is meaningless. Like, yeah, I do care about the characters, but I don't think at any point am I like... It's not going to work out, you know? Like, oh my god, more debt. It's like, will you guys manage beforehand? I feel like you're going to be right as rain, you know? Max says, I was doing doing this last night, and it was going a lot better. Yeah, well, that's also because you were like, it happens to me too. Whenever we go and do like joint operations, and you just get one like giga person who's doing 8 million at the end of the round, which is probably like Bolty's alt account, and yeah, it's just like fucking shit. That's nice. And then you're like, oh, this guy is making every encounter feel unreasonably fast. Yeah, pretty peak. Lonesinger says, why did we do this? I just wanted to have a chill one time and get my teeth kicked in. Yeah, is a bit. Emotional damage is part of the equation for sure. Bolty says, I also follow a new style each season. Over JoJo, yeah. Which I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm sure I'll like it. I'm sure I'll like it, Bolty. But like, I did see that like the main character seemingly is no longer the main character. It's like his son or something happens. I don't really get all JoJo. It seems like a lot, but yeah, to me I was like, oh, that's kind of like I'm not sure if I like that. I kind of like to follow one main character. Like, I always hate when they're like, and this is the new one. And I'm like, I don't care about them. Why, what? I don't want to build up a new like, interest in this person or whatever, you know? What's that? We got the shaking. It was rough. Oof. I still gotta go log in again and try to piece together my Dendro Archon. Although I wish I would have had like, I wish I would have seen a lot more videos of her popping off, because I still am like, I don't really get why she's cracked. I just kind of trust that I made a good investment, you know? Let's go. Black says, I shedded my last tear when I found out love was a lie. You can't play? It's a bad day. There's one of these bad days happening. God of War's coming out. A little bit of a better day with that. Bolty says, once Saki is out, I will be helping you out again. Thanks, Bolty. We appreciate you though. But Bolty, you just being here, good people to talk to is plenty. Who hurt you, Black? Yeah. Bodhi says, which is the author turning it for the better? Okay. Lonzica says, JoJo is too serious for me to the point where I can't take it seriously. I don't know if it's a meme that I'm misunderstanding, or if it's like the actual plot of JoJo. It takes itself so seriously, but the world is so insane, but like the characters never break. They're never like, wow, we're crazy. It's like, no. This is what it is here. You're not used to this weirdness? Well, this is the norm. So you're weird. And I'm like, oh, okay. Bodhi says, yeah, they do bloodline things in JoJo where they pass on the torch. Yeah. See, to me, I'm sure they do it well. Like, again, I think JoJo is one of those shows that's just so different and interesting and does something different that people like it a lot. But I'm not sure if I'm sure, like, to me, you know when like you have a bunch of rules for like, I don't like this typically in shows. I feel like it devalues things. I don't really like this in shows, etc. But then you see like an example of it working, and you're like, okay, well, I mean, I kind of don't really. I still think I believe what I believe, but this was good. This was good. This was the exception. I'm sure JoJo will be that, but. Max says, I'm debating getting Nahida-Con but Constellations, but at the same time, Saki coming out soon. Oh, I see. Oh, you mean you're actually going to consider dropping money on either or? I feel like, again, in terms of like, I feel like Tower Fantasy rewards power gain and like constellations more than Genshin does, just because Genshin is never going to have an end game. So. And I'm sure you could probably already kill most things in Genshin, so I don't know if you'd really like feel the benefit of the money being spent in Genshin, although you might. But I tend to think that, yeah, probably better to spend it in Tower Fantasy if you are going to spend it. But it also depends on if you love Genshin to bits and you kind of like Tower Fantasy, then probably spend it in the one you're going to spend more time in. Right, yeah. Lone Sit says, the only time I like it when a show has multiple main characters is when all of them are introduced at the. Yeah, you know, I don't mind that. My only thing is that like basically if I were to like, it's not that I don't like when there's multiple main protagonists. What I don't like is when they introduce a new character when you've already spent so much time understanding and enjoying this current character. So it's kind of like the feeling of like, well, wait. I was still having fun with that story. Why are we going away from that and I don't care about this person, you know? It also sometimes feels like for the narrative's sake, this is all going to come together at the end. You're going to understand why this character is such a big player, i.e. Last of Us, you know? Like, you're gonna be like, oh my god, except, well, The Last of Us made a bad impression in the beginning, but even if they were to do it the normal way of, like, if we were to start playing the one girl and then realize that we're actually hunting the characters from the first game, and then as soon as we're about to kill them, like, it cuts to black and then we start playing Ellie's side, I would still be kind of like, why I want to keep playing this character or that character. It just feels like a mess, you know? Yeah. I like to, like, sink into a character where they're, you know, in their whole thing. Max says, my wallet is crying. Max says, also a bunch of new games coming out so soon too. Yeah, man. Did anyone know off the top of your head what games are coming out? The only one that to me has caught my interest recently that, like, I'm aware of is Forspoken, but that's the only one that really is top of mind. I'm sure there's other ones, but, like, yeah, what games are you guys on your list to at least be interested in? What is? I think JoJo is an exception. Okay, yeah, exception because Araki is the author is very good at character. Okay, yeah. So you kind of want to bet into characters. That makes sense. Yeah, because there are definitely examples of, like, a main character where, like, actually, I like seeing what's going on with this. Like to me, again, just case in point, one of my favorite ones is Welcome to Demon School. I love it when, like, we go into, like, well, again, that show is unfair because the world's so creative and weird that it's like, and I'm sure JoJo falls in the same place where the characters are so weird and different that. But also, I don't know if that's fair because to me, like, that's different. I feel like if you're building up a side character for a long time and then you're like, hey, this 2-episode, 3-episode part is all attached to them, but they're not like a new character that you're like, hey, care about this character. They're new and you've never met them. It's like, no, this is a character that you've already fallen in love with because they're the main character's friend or heroine or whatever, and then you kind of sink into those characters more. You're like, this is my shit. Like, actually, I want to know more about this person. This person's the best. Oh my god, they have such a hard life at home, but they're still crazy sweet. Oh my god, I love them even more now. You know what I mean? Like, that can work. But, like, that's the same way as, like, that's why, to me, I'm actually okay with, well, as long as Atreus doesn't become a doucher in God of War Ragnarok, the sequel, I'm okay with, like, God of War passing the torch on to Atreus because we would have seen, like, this character go through some bullshit where he's kind of a brat. We've got to see this character be sweet and kind and a good kid. And hopefully in the future we get to see him be able to stand on his own 2 feet. I really do hope they do that in the God of War thing. I really hope they don't just constantly keep, like, hampering home this. It's like, Atreus, baby, you need data. I kind of hope they're like, no, Atreus is now older and he can start to see where he can actually survive on his own. Yeah. And also be cool to see how Kratos handles that, where he's no longer exactly needed. Which is bullshit because he's needed, but also we should get ready. We're getting ready to rip. The amount of work behind every single character is astonishing. Okay. Lone says, Then GRINN question, how do you feel when you play DMC4? And you was playing as Nero for the first time. Funny thing you ask, Lone. I got into DMC at Devil May Cry 4. so my experience with this series is batshit for most people. My thing with the series was, I really like this Nero guy. Who's this fucking asshole in the red coat who just murdered this pope? What a dickhead. Also, what a cocky bastard. So I never got that. So then when they, like, I was like, this is cool. This is my character. And then when you played Dante, I was like, where the fuck is Nero? I like Nero. So I had the complete opposite perception of most people. And then I liked the series so much, I went back and realized Dante is fire, but also I love me Nero a lot. Nero's also, it's even like Devil May Cry 5, the newest one, did a lot of heavy lifting to where it's like, you kind of gotta love Nero because he's Virgil's son and it all comes together. He's like literally the offspring of the guy you like so much. Not the offspring, but he's like the distant uncle who took care of him and helped kind of shape him after they met. Not how to shape him is a strong word because he already was who he was by the time he got to that point. I will say I do massively prefer Nero at his tomboy, not tomboy, his like weird edgelord phase. I really think Nero's design in the newest games looks fucking awful. Poor Cadia. getting an absolute e-boy type thing, and then just getting fucking whatever that is, where testosterone kicked the shit out of our boy, for the better or maybe for the worse. I don't know. He just got giga jawline, and I'm like, this is not what I want from my, like, you know, opera singing, edgy this and that. You know, could just be me. Oh shit, we reached 10K. Oh, we need to spend 10K, I think is what it is. So we still need a little bit more. But goddamn, we need so much. But yeah, no, that's my weird story with, like, Devil May Cry. I actually got into it with Nero as my main character, and then went back, played the previous ones, and then went forward. What's good, us man? Us man says, what's up, bro? What's good, us man? You ready? Is your body primed for God of War? Ragnarok? You ready to fucking beat the shit out of Thor with his own goddamn hammer? And then get it, hopefully? Hopefully, like, attain it. As much as I do like axe, I do want hammer. Because, man, one of my favorite parts about God of War, I wish there was like a skill tree or something that like buffed the shit out of your hands to where you could just nuke people. But instead, you couldn't really ever do it. It was like a whole ordeal to get after it in that way. But I hope so badly that the Thor's hammer has that same wallop as the hands, where just like bone-crushing smashes, and you're just like, God damn, it were an animal, you know? Bully says Tekken 8. Oh, where they just give you a new character and like. Also, that's the other thing that pissed me off a little bit. A lot of games where like you could just make a new game with a new character and then like later in the line be like, oh my god, connect it back to the first game. It's his daughter. It's his whatever for sister. That's fine. But a lot of times they pass on the torch and it's like not even similar. Like it's like a best example is Rage. The Rage sequel, which is like basically nothing to do with Rage, the original game, and instead everything to do with being an incredible copy of what's it called? I really liked that game. Well, I tried to like the game is what I should say. I tried to like the game. I made a review of it kind of where I was like, it's good. But ultimately in the back of my head I was like, I fucking hate this. I love the original Rage so much more than this fucking trash. Sorry. Usman says, hell yes, let's go, Usman. By the way, Usman, what do you think I should do? I wanted to do something different when it comes to streaming. I wanted to fully send a God of War playthrough. Because I always like doing that. I always like when people stream God of War or like any of these games that are like emotionally resonate, and there's like a point in which I want to see someone's reaction. So like when Kratos finally gets his Blades of Chaos, I'm like, I gotta see what this person who I like the opinion of thinks about that moment. Did it resonate as much as it did with me? That kind of thing. And yeah, so I was like, okay, well, I could just do a normal Let's Play or just do normal videos where we just basically go through the paces. I should just tell you what we're doing. Do you think I should stream at same time as usual, 5 p.m., or do you think I should fully send the playthrough until it's finished by like streaming at 1 p.m. all the way for as long as I can muster, which might be 2 hours. It may not be much more. Yeah. What do you think? So basically, do you think I should go long streams but have the outcome of maybe not people being here? And I know people are probably gonna be like, well, Grin, I don't want to be spoiled for the game. And I was like, well, yeah, you can always go back and watch the things though. But I'm definitely gonna have to get like harmonize myself with realizing that it could just be me here, like hanging out for a couple of hours, etc., which is fine. But hopefully someone will pop in. Hopefully. It's a tough question to ask. I just don't know if I should stream earlier or later, basically. And if this is a bad idea of streaming the entire Let's Play or the entire game. It'd be cool if I had like someone who already like got the game early, played the shit out of it, and said, record these parts in the story, because that's the cool parts that people care about. I'm like, okay, good. Usman says, long stream if you're up for hell yeah. Okay, good. Hopefully I'll work out. Hopefully I'll work out. Alone says, by the way, for games coming out that people should keep on the radar, that he's keeping on his radar, is Sonic, God of War, Forspoken, Neptune's Sister vs. Sister, right, of course, and Resident Evil 4 Remake, right? Or Tekken 8 as well. Those ones come to mind. Yeah. No, see, the only one to me that really stands out is the Forspoken. Like, none of the other ones seem like they're too poppin', you know? Well, we're also lucky that we have so many games that are like, they add content over time. So there's just a lot. Like again, there's going to continue to be Tower Fantasy updates, probably going to continue to be Genshin updates, probably going to continue to be a lot of updates. And frankly, man, I'm like a weird, like a year behind in a way, because like I'm having so much fun in Boneworks. It's like, you guys have no idea how much I want to stream that game with you, because it's just a fucking madhouse. And it's just goofy fun. So I want to stream that game with you guys, but I can't, because I need to make this fucking video first, or else it's kind of just like, it's going to be the nostalgia of this weird experience is going to be kind of tapped, and you guys are going to have an expectation of what the premise of this video is. Anyway, so as soon as that video gets edited, uploaded, we can finally start streaming it. Hopefully I don't beat the game by then, but yeah, it should be a good time. Bodhi says, yes, the character in Irma Demon School really get to shine in this season. It's really well done. Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Do they make, well, I guess you haven't seen up to that point yet, but I was going to say, do they make a good effort in, like, I feel like we've been lagging behind in strides of Irma being the Demon King. Like, I feel like, I hope there's some moment of like, shit, because I think like in this season, Irma is supposed to like babysit the other big three, or the other big two's grandkids, and that whole thing. So I think that's gonna be cool, because it could be cool to see like all of the biggest warlords in the underworld to be like, I bet on Irma. Irma, we get his approval. We're backing up this kid. And it's like, oh fuck, okay. Bodhi says, it really feels like they have a reason to exist, unlike the other shonen anime. Yeah, man. I agree. I think it was something that always, to me, was nice. But man, Bodhi, how much on a scale of 1 to 10 do you like Clara? I want to know something. How much on a scale of 1 to 10 do you like Clara? Lone says, now that's funny as that's funny as hell that's the case. Yeah, for the DMC, my first introduction being Virgil, because I know a lot of people were like, not my Dante, and I was just like, dude, I don't know what this asshole's about. But you have a guy who wears a red cloak, okay, or a dude who has a fucking demon arm, okay. What are we doing? What? And it's not even close, okay. No, I did not know a guy with thing can get, well, he could always get impaled, so that was obvious to me, but yeah. Lone says, cause for me, I played DMC 3 first, then played DMC 4, and was like, who are you, and why am I not playing Dante? But then I played Nero, and throwing around baddies with his arm was awesome. Yeah, I do think they also kind of knew, like, because I hear a little bit of people bitch about Nero, but I heard a lot more people not say anything. I think it's because most people knew I'm eventually going to get to my boy Dante. But also, to me, it's just like, again, the kind of person that likes DMC also probably likes the idea of a person with a demon arm. Also probably thinks that's the coolest thing ever. Anyways, also that demon arm looks sick. Lone says, nah, I'm gonna be here for all of it. Yeah, tomorrow. But then you're gonna have work, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna be like, I'm hanging up by myself, which is fine. Max says, long stream sounds good, because I'm a goblin hours pretty often. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you playing God of War or for hours, or are you saying you're like a goblin in terms of like you're up at all kinds of times in the day? I'm not sure. Usman says, have you tried Neo? Like, ooh, that sounds familiar. Is Neo that like Dark Souls ninja game with different stances and shit? Because yeah, that one looked great. That one looked like I heard nothing but good things about that game too. But I don't know if it'd be my speed. Yeah, I tend to like, if there like, I'm not a big person who's like, just because of the God of War formula do I find the games usually interesting. It has to have like a good twist. Like that's why to me, like, I loved one of my favorite games of like last year was not surprising. It was everyone's favorite game. It was Elden Ring. But the reason why I liked it wasn't just because it was a Souls game. It was because it was a Souls game that to me gave me so much depth in terms of like builds you could create. You could create a fucking crazy good melee build. It took a little bit of time, but you could do it. You can also you can make a crazy good Faith build. Faith got buffed and it got better, but Magic got a little bit too spicy. But regardless, there were so many ways you could engage. Whereas so many other Dark Souls games to me feel like, we can't do that because it'd make you too strong. We can't do that because it would break something. The whole point of this game is for it to be challenging, and to me, with Elden Ring, they were like, let's have fun. Let's let them build and like supersede things if they want to. And that was my favorite parts about Elden Ring. Whereas the other Souls games, I felt like I don't like the feeling of like I wish I could have done more in that instance. Which in Elden Ring, you could fucking do 50 things, you know. So yeah, but unless I'm off on the game you're talking about. That's why, like, to me, I'm really excited for a game called Son of Wukong, Journey to the West, or Wukong, Journey to the West. That game looks amazing. Even if it's, like, an eighth of what it was shown, I'm still going to have a blast with it, because it's just, like, again, the boss battles look larger than life and it looks difficult. There's bosses that look like they're harder to take down, but it's the fact that, like, you have all of these superpowers. You have all of these ways to engage. You also have fucking Wukong, man. Wukong is amazing. What do you say? Speaking of Neo, didn't they want to make another game? Yeah, Wu Long. Yeah, I've heard about that. That one doesn't look as spicy to me. Yeah, I feel like it makes sense, but it also kind of, to me, it has like a Dynasty Warriors flair to it, and I don't know if I'm into it. You know, I'm sure it's gonna be great, but I just, yeah. No, they don't want. They didn't want to Neo franchise. But they have another game. It's based on China stuff. Yeah, Wolong, yeah. They are working on Ronin. Oh, okay, Ronin. Maybe that's the game I'm thinking of then. I forgot we had Cobalt's attack. I've not been spamming it. It might be better just to play Ruby though. So, Bodhi says 10, but, sorry, 11. Oh, in terms of how much you like Clara, 11. But I want to say what's underneath her new outfit. She puts on a whole teddy suit. Oh, man. To me, everyone's out here being like, what do you want from, like, what do you would like, if there's a character that could be the antithesis of what you genuinely find incredibly awesome about a character. Like, I'm sorry, like, people are like, oh, I like the, goth girl because she's mysterious or whatever. Like, these characters are kind of speak to a certain part of the brain or a certain part of your interests or what you like about people, outside of just physical attractions, like their cadence, their weirdness, what this usually brings to the table, etc. Whatever it be. For me, Clara is like, there's not a weirder character in any show that is as lovable as Clara is. And I love weird. But Clara's also like authentically weird. It's not like a weird, like, I'm trying to be different. It's like, I'm just being who I am, and it happens to be kind of all over the place. And I'm like, I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, Clara to me is peak waifu, digitally, not real. Yes, technically a demon, already down a rough road. Anyways, Bodhi said, or Lone Siggett says, hey, listen, Grin, I get off work at 3 p.m. Okay, my time. If you start at 1 p.m., at most, all I'm a miss is an hour. And let's be honest, I'm most likely gonna watch my phone, and that's true. Hey, okay, I have some faith. But what if I started 8 p.m. in the morning? I'm kidding. I can't even do. I'd be just like, what's good, guys? We're doing God War things. I'd look high, man. I'm not sure if y'all wake up. I wake up with cotton mouth that is drier than a bone, okay? And I'm unhappy, okay? Not a morning person. I'm not mad. I just feel nothing. I wake up feeling like subhuman, okay? Not good, not bad. I feel nothing. I have to have coffee, and even that doesn't help. I need to do my weird breathing thing with Wim Hof thing, and then I get into it, all right? I start to slowly get back to humanity. Usman says, yeah, Neo is really good. Boss fight and combat is amazing, and plenty of builds. There's so much to do, worth a try. Yeah, man, it looked like a game that looked fantastic, but I already, yeah, Usman, I'm not sure if I talked to you about this, but we're doing stuff with VR right now, which I hope is as interesting and cool to watch for you guys as it is for me, and not in terms of like playing it. Like I think the video outcome, like I find myself going back and watching my like weird VR footage, just raw gameplay, because I wonder if I have a good shot, and I wonder if I could do anything to improve. But also I find it kind of cool to watch, which I've never had with any of my things. Like when you play a game, I already have existed that, I've already done that, I know I'm gonna have to edit that eventually, so why would I watch it a fourth time? But this is the one time where I've probably watched it like 6 times. But I'm waiting to like get kicked in the stomach, because it could just be me who finds these things kind of visually interesting. But I don't know many people who do VR where the FOV pulled back this much, which to me I think adds so much, like there's so much crud to get through when you're watching a VR from like a first person's perspective, and like you can see, like you just see them like super pulled in everywhere and look terrible, and yeah. But anyways, VR this, VR that. Usman says, well, VR sounds fun. What are you planning on playing? Well, that's the thing, Usman. I had this idea, which is kind of parodying an amazing content creator which did a perfect play of Dishonored. So then I found this game that I always wished had a perfect play to it, which all that is basically you would do a level in a video game that has some sort of variability, or cool way to engage with it, and then you would do that level over and over and over again until you map out where every enemy spawns, and until where you can kind of basically perfectly run through that level with style, with grace, almost as like if you've ever watched the Day After Tomorrow or whatever it's called, Live Die Repeat, Groundhog's Day, where he's like catching a bottle that falls because he knows it's going to fall because he's lived the day 1,000 times, or he's reset the checkpoint 1,000 times. I have that video edited, and it's going to be uploaded on a channel. Whenever I have enough videos on that channel, I want to share it with you guys, but until then I want to make sure the content's good on that channel. Regardless, I also have another video that I just made, which is kind of like good goofy premise. It's kind of like a complete madhouse. The video we have one that's like a high priority gameplay, super clean, edited to perfection, hopefully. Very dependent on performance of gameplay, and then we have another series which is just bonkers, and then there's gonna be another series as well, but I gotta make that one as well. But I think I'll just make these 2, upload them, and then share them around, and then share them with you guys. That's the plan, at least. But yeah, that's kind of the VR content that I want to make, because I think I can't find that content on YouTube, which I want, which is like a perfect play of a level in a video game. It's like 10 minutes, but it's like the most crazy, cracked out of your mind 10 minutes of your life, or at least I find that way. Again, I would hope that it's something that people will enjoy. It's also something I feel good about making. Like I feel something like this is something that I would watch and subscribe to this channel, because I can't find it anywhere else, and I want this, so that makes sense. Are we close to the cap? Oh, we reached the cap. Shit, we've reached the cap, boys. Nice for this day. Max says, I'm just up really late at night often, is what I was. Oh, gotcha. Oh, why? So like for right now it's 6 p.m. for me. Well, actually, if anything, it'll be early, unless it's like fucking 5 a.m. for you right now. Bodhi says, I really hate grinding stuff up and looking up YouTube for those dumb stones. For what? Oh yeah, for the one thing. Lone says, my favorite part of Elden Ring was GRINN serious about being the ultimate mage start that not even made a video for. Well, that was the thing, Lone. I got into it and then I realized that like everyone was already doing the same video, but I think our video would have done pretty well just because it was literally everything. But that was fun. That was one of the first times where like I was genuinely thinking like I was creating something that was genuinely valuable, because we were like I had results. Like I was able to, in like 3 hours, we were able to get everything that you could possibly want, and like have like playing the game on easy mode essentially. Even if you're terrible at video games, you can still beat the game with this setup. And that felt awesome. But I sat down in the editing chair, and I think it was right around the time that Tiny Tina's Wonderland was coming out, and I knew that so many people were covering Elden Ring already. I just knew that I was going to get muffled out regardless of how good the video is. And I sat down and I looked at I think it was more than 3 hours. It was like 4 hours of stream. Fuck, to try to put that in a video that was concise and helpful, impossible. I would have had to do multiple parts, which would have been fine. It would have been like 10-minute parts just being good, but woof. So we never actually made that come to fruit, but I don't regret it. I think that was like, I proved to myself that we could make a video that's hella valuable. I wish I would have capitalized on it in hindsight. I do think it was a lot of work to do for streams on streams on streams. I also had to map out my whole way. Woof. Wolong is lacking. Agreed. Lone says there are plenty of weird characters, but Clara is the only character that nails it. Really? Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's true. There's a lot of characters that are weird in Welcome to Demon School, but Clara, again, I don't know why. There's something about like everyone can kind of be. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I guess if you were to see a person who is authentically themselves, happy with themselves. And also, like, it's not, you, like, there's no, I guess that's probably, there's no doubt in anyone's mind that Clara is, like, being goofy. She's just being who she is. Like, there's, like, even when, like, it's hilarious, but, because, one of the lines in the show that I love to bits is, Clara, like, they go through everyone's sleep schedule for, like, 2 minutes, like, a real quick one-off comment, but like, the voiceover guy is basically like, because Clara is in a state of constant motion, for the entire day, every day, as soon as she gets to bed, she's out. Like, she's just gone immediately because she's just constantly and like animated and moving. And I thought that's awesome. That's such a cool like little character trait to where like this is her always, forever. Also, like Irma is such a chill person that I'm like, I really, dude, I have not shipped such a couple in my whole life. I fucking hate that they're doing this bullshit in Welcome to Demon School where they're making the president. Even though big lady hot, all that, sure. But I hate it. I hate that they're like, he's gonna be. I'm like, fuck this bitch. Okay, Clara is the only option. It's not a game. Okay, I haven't cared this much about a relationship in a fake world since ever. Okay. Although there might be the classic like Demon King, Harem King weirdness, you know. Which I'd be happier with just Clara, but that'll work too. If fucking Clara gets pushed to the knee side because she's like, oh, we're kind of like good enough friends to where it feels like it's my sister. I'm like, I'll kill you right now. Anyways. Lone says, welp, if you start at 8 p.m., at 10 p.m., my time, so my shift will start around the time I'll have the stream up on my phone, and I'll just periodically bathroom break when I to start saying something. Lone says, wait, you not gonna share it with us first? Probably not, because I want to make sure I'm sending it to the people who I probably will make a Reddit account and probably put it in the VR Reddit and then the oddly satisfying Reddit for our perfect play one. Just because I would like to get people who are in that community watching it, hopefully. That way YouTube can see a signal that's like, oh, this is the type of person, got it. Whereas you and Bolty and all these other lovely people have probably many different interests, and it could confuse the system. Doesn't say that these other people don't as well. It's just trying, because I know it's a problem to deal with, is get YouTube to recognize who the content is made for is an issue. So my answer to that is try to put it in places where people who are the demographic that I'm trying to get, that I think would like it, would see it, kind of take some of the effort off of YouTube so they can start getting more data to understand what the viewers are. It's kind of complicated, but hopefully it makes sense. Max says, nah, it's not like, no, it's not late. It's not even 9 p.m. yet. Golly. Okay, good. Osman says, I feel Elden Ring was easily compared to other Souls like such as Nero and Dark Souls. Oh, it was easy? Yeah, well that was because, again, like to me, if you would have made, like Elden Ring would have been just as hard, especially with boss fights, if you would have just limited, like if you would have just taken all of the character creator stuff and the character build creator stuff, if you would have just take the loadout of Dark Souls, like hey, you can play like a fire person, but best thing you can do is just like spend a currency and throw a little fireball that does decent damage, but that's it. If you were to just take that and inject it into Elden Ring, then yeah, it would have been significantly harder, but would you have had as many options to kick the shit out of the world? Probably not. And to me, I always get frustrated when people say like Elden Ring is easy, because make it harder. Don't level up your weapon. Don't mess with this build. Like to me, it's frustrating a little bit because for a person who likes options and likes to like gamify things and max your advantage, and then still have a boss that can kick your ass, because some of the bosses were not just nothing. They kind of accounted for the fact that no, you need to level up more. You need to do this or that, or else you're gonna get one tapped. With the exception of magic, there were a couple builds of magic where you could just fucking nuke everything. But everything else seemed pretty on par. But yeah, to me, the difficulty thing, which is rampant in the like Souls-like games, is it to me is like, okay, well, make it harder for yourself. Like, why do you need to exclude a giant portion of people who do want to play but don't have enough time to die 5 times? Or even if they do, they'd rather gamify their system and become even better. Like, work smarter, not harder kind of idea. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just one of those weird things. But I heard that a lot when Elden Ring was coming out, where people, and it is objectively easier, but I think it's easier because there's options and scaling now, so where you can scale up a faith build to be crazy. You can get crazy different spells that actually are freaking good, you know? Bolty says, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Good night. Thank you so much. Bye, Bolty. Always love talking to you. Hopefully we can see you pop in for some of the God of War streams, even though I know it's not your speed. Hopefully it should be still fun to see. The combat in that game is wild, so it should be fun to see. But it's on PS5 or 3, so it could be okay. Lone says, also, Gamer Subs update, my order was shipped. Hey, Grin, can you tell me how long it took for your order to come from Gamer Subs? I think it took maybe a week or 2. I think. It wasn't too long, but the freight thing would tell you better than I would. It came on the same time it said freight would come. So if it was true in terms of me in Canada, well, I imagine it would probably be faster for you because it's saying it's shipped from the U.S. to you. So I think it should be good. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta use washroom. Fuck it. I use washroom, and then we'll talk a little bit. I'll spend my points on it. Also, I'm going to have to figure out, hopefully, that we can record our PS4. I know we did it for Deathverse. We recorded through PS4, and it was rough to get that to work. So I hope... Does anybody know, Lone... I'm not sure if you know this. It's kind of a specific question, but there's a thing within there's a thing within the PS4 where if you plug your controller into your headphones into your controller, it will start feeding audio there. Does it still feed it through the game? I hope I can still hear through my controller through the thing, and yeah, because I won't be able to hear myself, which I'll probably scream at you guys tomorrow, because the audio is not going to be balanced out. But anyways, is what it is. So we need to spend 10k. That means we still need to grind. This reset every day? No, it's the limit. 50 gold. Oh, we definitely want to buy the shield. And just like that, we're almost out. Golly. Omni shield, nice. First the one I have. I guess we'll buy all the purples if it is better. Pretty cheap, these purples. Oh, I forgot about Vera gifts being such a pain. Oh, and I can buy this. Boom. Oh, you can buy a lot. There we go. Bought all those special currency. Oh shit, we should be able to buy an actual thing, like an augment. That's huge. Anyways, sure we'll buy all these as much as we can. Oh, we can only buy one. Oh, I don't have enough. That's stuff. Okay, good. And just like that, we still need more points. Available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and Saturdays. Yuck. Let me go to my house and get my stuff. Oh, I gotta quit the team first. Goodbye, my friends. The game won't let me play normally. Go. Oh, also, sorry, Max. We should have kept going to get you up to snow because I think you missed a couple runs with us. Sorry. We could have got you all the way through. Well, maybe you were grinding it also off camera too. Osman says, so Tower of Fantasy, what kind of game is this, chat? It's a fantastic game. It is similar to Genshin, except with a built-out end game, and it constantly is adding things. It's not just like updating it and then taking stuff away. All in all, pretty good. Yeah, it is a gacha game. It does have gacha elements, although it is significantly more generous than anything like Genshin. So if Genshin was like, I felt obligated to spend in order to get power in this game you don't really need to do that. And yeah, also it's multiplayer, like massively, everything has a multiplayer element, not just like it's kind of clunkily added. So if someone is spending an absorbent amount on the game, or has just been grinding for a lot longer than you, they can carry your ass all the way to the beginning, or the end, I mean. So that's nice. So a lot of, like, at least to me, I think well thought out questions or answers to the questions at hand. Alrighty. And you only ever ordered one tub, right? I found it was like they got me on that the gamer subs thing where like yes, it's only one tub, but it also makes me kind of be like, well, I could just do a little more, you know, like they kind of make me feel like, oh well, what's one more of this thing, like one more tub. Oof, terrible roll, absolutely horrific. This is the one I got because it has crit, but I want crit, or even just cryo or fire. So not cryo, fire, but we don't got none of that. Did this one go good? Nope, it did not. I want fire, nothing. It gives me nothing but sadness. Well, that one has fire and attack. Let's enhance this one. Come on, attack. Give me that attack. Oh, that did. I meant fire. Sorry, I meant fire attack. Sorry, specify fire attack. Okay, fire attack. Hey, no, fault. Unfortunate, but it's a little bit of fire opposed to me not having any, so positives at least. Also has a little bit of attack, so why not equip? A little bit of a gain. Bunts, 32, killing it. Oh, also we came here for this claim. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do one. Because I've been holding off doing this. I was gonna make it like a big point of a stream, like spending all of our fucking currencies, because it's pointless. But I'll just do one here. Yes, I think I have enough for 10, so I'll have 15. Where are you? Crow, there we go, Crow. I have done the special joint operation that gives me apparently your matricy and came out shorthanded every single time. But today, will we get our first Crow matricy, or is the drop rates on this thing absolutely horrific? Probably that one, but let's do it anyway. Fully send. I got the worst possible outcome. Oh, also I'm blocking it, but I got the worst possible outcome. Let's do one more. It's the worst possible outcome again. Is it worth doing this or nah? Or absolutely not? Should I do like the smaller tiers? Smaller bumps? Anyway. Well, I said I'd do one. I did two. We failed. Mission failed. Horrible outcome. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off to go troubleshoot our stream setup. Hopefully we can stream right as rain tomorrow. Hopefully no issues. I do think I won't be able to hear myself, so I might be screaming at you guys. Forgive me if that's annoying. But we will be streaming at give me this. At 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So we normally stream at 5 p.m. We're going to be streaming 5 hours earlier. Going for, I don't know. I feel like the ambition in me says, let's go to a lot. And then I'm like, oh, I start croaking as soon as we get to 2 hours in. I'm like, oh my god, I'm whittled. And also I'm sick. We'll see what happens. Lone says, yep, 1 tub and some free yeah, man, I forgot to get free samples. God damn it. I fucking hated that. I just didn't add it to cart. And I was like, god damn it. And then I ordered a cup and it came with free. Yeah. Lone says, also you can just get free samples. Also, you could have added that to your cart with your free samples. More free samples. All right, 3 p.m. my time. I'll be here. I'll bring snacks. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I was about to say that makes sense. I'll bring snacks. You better be playing with me. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys. I was pretty sickly today. I was gonna do a VR stream, but I was too dizzy and like headachy that I didn't want to do it. I'll see you tomorrow with God. Well, let's go, us man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you kindly for your time. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your night, and goodbye.